Have you ever felt like you're stuck, as if the dreams and goals that once fueled your spirit have been buried under the weight of stress, worry, and the endless routines of daily life? With 2025 just arrived, you're yearning for change. Not just fleeting adjustments, but a profound transformation to become the best version of yourself feels more urgent than ever. Imagine a life where challenges no longer hinder your progress, but instead drive you forward, building your resilience and shaping your character. Stoicism is not merely an abstract concept. It's not just a theory. It's a timeless guide, refined over centuries, to help you cultivate inner strength, overcome challenges, and live a purposeful life. On this journey, these 10 impactful and practical Stoic habits will light your way to personal transformation in the year ahead. What you're about to explore isn't superficial advice. It's deeply rooted wisdom distilled into actionable steps. Each habit holds the power to reshape your life, but only if you wholeheartedly embrace and apply them. Consider every idea a crucial piece of the puzzle that will unlock the version of yourself you've always dreamed of. Don't overlook a single moment. Your desired future begins now. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Let's embark on this journey together. Number 1. Build a circle that elevates you. Have you ever paused to consider if the people around you truly help you grow, or if they subtly pull you away from your goals? Epictetus wisely said, "The key is to keep company only with those who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." These words are not mere advice. They're a profound reminder that our environment and relationships shape who we are and where we're headed. Imagine a garden. Without fertile soil, plants struggle to grow. Similarly, if you surround yourself with negative or indifferent individuals, can you truly thrive? The relationships you nurture directly affect your energy, mindset, and the direction of your life. A true friend doesn't just inspire you, they challenge you and lift you when you feel like giving up. Picture this. You're on a journey to improve your physical health. If your friends enjoy exercising, share nutritious meals, and encourage you to join them, staying motivated becomes almost effortless. On the other hand, if you're surrounded by people who neglect their health, it's easier to fall into unhealthy habits. This dynamic extends beyond daily routines to how we face challenges and pursue our deepest aspirations. Ask yourself, are the people in your life helping you move forward or holding you back? Not everyone is meant to stay with you on your journey of growth, and that's okay. A circle that elevates you isn't about perfection. It's about mutual support, a space where shared values and encouragement are celebrated. Often, the best companions aren't those who excel in everything, but those who walk beside you, sharing struggles and celebrating victories together. Building a circle that lifts you up doesn't happen by chance. It requires intention and effort. Ask yourself, who do I want to become? And who can help me get there? The answers will guide you to communities and groups that align with your aspirations and values. It could be a book club, a yoga class, or a group passionate about Stoicism. These spaces provide more than knowledge. They foster meaningful connections where everyone inspires each other to grow. Reinventing yourself isn't a solitary journey. While inner strength is essential, so is the support of those who travel the path with you. Reflect on your relationships. Who inspires you and fills you with energy? Who should you spend more time with to deepen your bond? Equally important, are there connections you need to release to make room for growth? When you surround yourself with people who uplift you, you don't just transform yourself, you transform your entire environment. Remember, great changes begin with small, deliberate choices. One of the most impactful decisions you can make is choosing the right companions for your journey. Let 2025 be the year of renewal. Let it start today with the people who help you rise. Number 2, to see change as the path to growth. Change is like the flow of a river, constant, powerful, and always carving a path forward. Yet many view change with apprehension, as if it were a storm threatening to disrupt everything familiar. But pause for a moment. Without a river clearing away old sediment, could new crops ever flourish? The Stoics understood this well, teaching that change is not our enemy, but a catalyst for growth, exploration, and renewal. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Observe always that everything is the result of change, and get used to thinking that there is nothing nature loves so well as to change existing forms and to make new ones like them." This timeless wisdom urges us to embrace change as the essence of life itself. Think about it. What would happen if winter never ended? Without transformation, nothing would grow, evolve, or progress. Life, in all its beauty and complexity, exists because of change. Now, imagine facing a situation where your company is restructuring and your position might be affected. It's natural to feel a wave of uncertainty and ask yourself, am I capable of adapting? What will happen to my future? These fears are valid, but what if you reframed the situation? Instead of seeing it as a loss, see it as an opportunity to grow, learn, and adapt. The key to embracing change lies not in controlling what's out of your hands, but in shifting your perspective. Instead of fearing the unknown, view it as a challenge to strengthen and renew yourself. Just as a soldier gains resilience through battle, personal growth often comes from navigating adversity. You might wonder, how can I change my perspective? Start small. Ask yourself questions like, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this difficulty into an opportunity? For instance, a recent graduate might see a tough job market as an obstacle, but with a different mindset, it becomes a chance to build new skills and uncover unexpected opportunities. Life is never stagnant, and this truth can be unsettling. Yet it's also a reminder that challenges are temporary and will eventually pass. Like water flowing around obstacles, flexibility allows us to adapt and grow through trials. When you accept life's impermanence, you free yourself from unnecessary fears. Once you understand that change is inevitable, you'll see anxiety not as an enemy, but as a natural response to uncertainty. Instead of letting it control you, guide it, just as we channel a river's flow to create something meaningful. Join us in the next step as we explore how to take charge of your emotions and redirect the currents of worry to uncover clarity and strength. Number 3, to take charge of anxiety. Before it takes over. Anxiety often feels like a silent storm, starting from small seeds of doubt and growing into a whirlwind of negative thoughts. It's the relentless questions that haunt us. What if I fail? What if disaster strikes? Yet, as the Stoics teach, you don't have to live in this storm. Anxiety doesn't stem from events themselves, but from how you perceive them. As Epictetus wisely said, men are disturbed not by the things which happen, but by the opinions about the things. You always have a choice. Let fear take control, or transform it into strength. Imagine you're preparing for an important job interview. Suddenly, worst-case scenarios flood your mind. What if I mess up my answers? What if they don't like me? These thoughts feel overwhelming, as though you're carrying the weight of the world. But pause and ask yourself, is it really as bad as I imagine? Stoicism reminds us that shifting your perspective can calm any storm. Instead of fearing failure, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Even if things don't go as planned, take pride in having tried your best. By reframing your mindset, the storm of anxiety begins to fade, making space for clarity and courage. Anxiety often magnifies fears that aren't grounded in reality. Asking small but powerful questions can help dismantle its grip. Is this fear based on fact or imagination? If the worst happens, will the consequences truly be as severe as I think? For example, consider the anxiety of changing jobs. You might fear failure in a new environment. But take a moment to reflect. What challenges have I already overcome? What evidence do I have that I can't succeed? These questions often reveal that most fears are illusions, not facts. Finally, treat anxiety not as an enemy, but as a teacher. It highlights areas where preparation or improvement is needed. If you're anxious about public speaking, let it guide you to practice more. If you're worried about your health, use it as a reminder to prioritize self-care. Ask yourself, what is my anxiety trying to tell me? Can it become a catalyst for growth? Instead of running from anxiety, face it with curiosity and courage. Transform it from a burden into a tool for personal development. Now, I'd love to hear your story. Have you ever felt anxiety take hold of your mind? How did you overcome it and reclaim control? Share your experience in the comments. It could become a guiding light for others seeking peace and freedom in a turbulent world. Number 4 is to say no with strength and clarity. Have you ever felt completely drained trying to meet everyone else's expectations? You agree to unnecessary meetings, accept invitations you don't care for, and soon find yourself too depleted to focus on what truly matters. The Stoics teach that time and energy are precious, finite resources. Using them wisely is essential. Saying no isn't about rejection. It's about protecting your well-being and steering your life in the direction you choose. When you say no, you safeguard something invaluable: your freedom. Picture this. You wake up determined to tackle a meaningful task, but as the day unfolds, requests from friends, colleagues, or even your scattered thoughts pull you in different directions. Reluctantly, you agree, not wanting to disappoint anyone. By day's end, you feel hollow, knowing you've neglected what truly mattered. That's the moment to pause and ask yourself, am I living according to my values, or am I simply following someone else's agenda? Saying no isn't selfish or unkind. It's an act of prioritizing what's most meaningful to you. Think back to a time when you said yes to help someone, only to sacrifice your own peace and productivity. Maybe you stayed up late to finish your work, exhausted and overwhelmed. Not only does this harm your health, but it also disrupts the balance in your life. Learning to say no helps you set clear boundaries, allowing you to focus on what truly matters. But it's not just about saying no to others. You must also learn to say no to yourself. Recall the moments when you resolved to learn a new skill or dedicate time to reading, only to get distracted by social media or fleeting pleasures. That's when you need to silence the inner voice that whispers, "Just a little won't hurt." The Stoics teach that mastering your inner world is the key to mastering your life. Declining these internal distractions is saying yes to growth and progress. Of course, saying no doesn't mean being distant or unkind. It can be done with respect and sincerity. Imagine you're engrossed in an important project, and a colleague asks for your help. Instead of begrudgingly agreeing, you might say, "I'd love to help, but I need to finish my work first. Perhaps I can assist you later." This approach maintains your boundaries while preserving the relationship. Saying no might seem like a small act, but it carries immense power. It allows you to align your actions with your values, free yourself from the exhaustion of constant people-pleasing, and concentrate on what truly matters. In 2025, grant yourself the gift of control and freedom by mastering the art of saying no firmly and clearly. Don't fear declining. In doing so, you create space for a life that feels authentic and meaningful. Once you've embraced the ability to say no to protect your time and energy, the next step is to examine the habits holding you back. The Stoics believed bad habits not only drain your willpower, but also trap you in cycles of self-defeating actions. Let's delve deeper into this in the next lesson. Number 5. Free yourself by breaking bad habits. Have you ever felt trapped by the very habits you unknowingly built over time? They begin quietly, small and seemingly harmless, like threads wrapping around your life. Before you realize it, they transform into chains, restricting your freedom and holding you back from your full potential. Yet Stoic philosophy reminds us that freedom is always within reach if we have the courage to embrace change. Seneca once wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." To turn the page to a better version of yourself, you must first close the chapter of old habits. Bad habits don't form overnight. They grow from repeated, unnoticed actions. That's why awareness is the first step to breaking free. Ask yourself, is there something in my lifestyle holding me back? Perhaps it's hours spent scrolling through social media, or a tendency to procrastinate. Without identifying what's draining your time and energy, you'll remain under their control. Picture this. It's evening, and you've spent hours glued to your phone, immersed in trivial stories. Suddenly, you realize there's no time left to read a book, learn something new, or connect with loved ones. This is the moment to face yourself honestly. Is this how I want to spend my time? Breaking a habit doesn't require abrupt, drastic changes. Instead, it's a process of transformation. Replace unproductive actions with meaningful ones. If you tend to snack when stressed, don't forbid yourself entirely. Swap it for a warm cup of tea or a short walk. Small but intentional changes like these create a ripple effect, leading to profound transformation over time. Your environment also plays a crucial role in shaping your habits. If you want to stop eating junk food, start by keeping it out of your home. A tidy desk, an organized kitchen, or a distraction-free workspace can create an atmosphere that supports your goals. No one is perfect. There will be days when you falter and revert to old patterns. What matters is that you don't give up. Forgiving yourself isn't an excuse, it's a way to keep moving forward. Remember, every new beginning starts with letting go of something old. Don't fear failure. It's a natural part of the process. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and small, consistent steps, you'll move closer to true freedom. Like water wearing down stone, persistence and repetition are the keys to reshaping your life. Are you ready to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace a journey toward becoming your best self? Start today, even with the smallest step. Every great transformation begins this way. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Your commitment to change sets you apart. Unlike many who stop short, you've stayed the course. stick with me, because every habit we discuss is a vital piece of the bigger picture. This isn't just about temporary fixes. It's a complete strategy to reinvent yourself and face whatever 2025 may bring. The journey isn't over yet, so let's keep going. Number 6. Create a routine that aligns with your life. Designing a routine that fits your life is more than a task. It's a journey of self-discovery. Stoicism teaches us that routines aren't about rigid schedules or cramming your day with endless tasks. It's not about doing more. It's about prioritizing what truly matters, the things that bring meaning and purpose to your life. Imagine starting your day in a quiet, intentional way. Instead of rushing to check your phone or diving into work, you enjoy a warm cup of tea and take a few moments to jot down things you're grateful for in a journal. This small, simple act calms your mind and centers your spirit. Stoicism encourages us to design routines not as a race, but as a way to connect deeply with our values and inner energy. Each person has a natural rhythm to their day. Some feel they're most creative in the early morning as the sun rises, while others find focus and clarity in the stillness of the evening. Stoicism reminds us that we don't have to force ourselves into rigid molds. By listening to your body and mind, you can build routines that align with your unique energy flow. Life, of course, is unpredictable. There will be chaotic days when distractions abound and everything feels out of control. In those moments, your routine isn't a burden. It becomes a refuge. Like a ship returning to harbor after a storm, your routine anchors you, offering calm amidst the chaos. Think back to a particularly challenging day. Perhaps you felt overwhelmed and stretched thin. Was there a small, familiar act that brought you comfort? A walk in the sunlight, a quiet moment with a cup of coffee, or a deep, steadying breath? These simple habits are lifelines, reconnecting you with a sense of peace and clarity. Stoicism teaches us that routines aren't cages, they're wings. They don't shackle you with obligations, but empower you to make deliberate choices. A thoughtful routine allows you to live in alignment with your values and take purposeful steps toward becoming the person you aspire to be. As you look ahead to 2025, let your routines be your ally. Let them guide you not just toward productivity, but toward a life of deeper meaning and fulfillment. Up next, discover the power of small steps and how they can lead to big transformations. Number 7 is small steps, big wins. Starting small doesn't mean dreaming small. A simple daily action is like planting a seed. It quietly takes root and, with time, grows into a towering tree. If you want to improve your mental well-being, for example, don't aim to meditate for 30 minutes on your first try. Instead, spend just 5 minutes each morning taking deep breaths and embracing the present moment. This small act removes the fear of starting and paves the way for meaningful transformation. As Epictetus wisely said, progress is not achieved by luck or accident, but by working on yourself daily. Real progress comes not from chance, but from consistent effort. Each small act holds value even when results aren't immediately visible. Break down big goals. Think of a goal you've always dreamed of achieving: writing a book, mastering a skill, or nurturing a meaningful relationship. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by its enormity, identify one small action you can take today. For instance, if you aspire to write a book, start with just 100 words. It's a tiny commitment that feels manageable, but when done daily, it will transform you into the author of your dreams. Plant seeds of change. Each small action you take, plants the seeds of transformation. With persistence, these seeds grow into extraordinary outcomes. As you move forward, ask yourself, what have I done today to bring myself closer to the person I want to become? Don't wait for miracles. Create them through small, purposeful steps. Over time, these consistent efforts will lead to results far greater than you imagined. If you're ready to begin your journey of transformation, comment "Start small" and take that first step today. But small steps are only the beginning. To make real progress, you need to focus on what truly matters. In the next lesson, we'll explore how to identify your core values, eliminate distractions, and dedicate your energy to what's most important. This focus will become your guiding light, helping you stay on course and live more fully each day. Let's uncover how to ignite this light in the next lesson. Number 8. Focus on what truly matters. Time is our most precious resource, yet it's often wasted on trivial matters. As Seneca once said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. These words serve as a wake-up call. It's not a lack of time, but a lack of wisdom in how we use it. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? Are you spending your time on what holds genuine value, or is it slipping away in distractions that lead nowhere? Maybe it's endless scrolling on social media, procrastinating on important goals, or maintaining relationships that offer no real fulfillment. If today were your last day, would you regret not spending more time with family, friends, or pursuing your deepest dreams? To focus on what matters most, you must learn to eliminate distractions. Imagine a father, tired after a long day, turning off his work emails to spend time playing with his child. The laughter fills their home, and in that moment, love radiates through their shared presence. This is the power of being fully engaged. Presence not only enriches our lives, but is also a profound way to express love for what we cherish. Life often demands tough decisions to protect our time. Sometimes that means turning down opportunities that aren't truly valuable, or ending relationships that no longer contribute to our well-being. Though these choices may bring discomfort or guilt, they are essential for ensuring your time is spent on what matters most. Each morning, remind yourself of the invaluable gift of life. It's finite, but you can make every moment count by focusing on what's meaningful. So, how will you use your time today? Will you find the courage to let go of what doesn't serve you and embrace a life of purpose and fulfillment? The answer lies in your hands, and in the precious moments you choose to live fully. And number 9 is to make gratitude a daily practice. Virtue. It is the compass that guides us through life's trials and triumphs. To the Stoics, gratitude is a light that illuminates the good even in the darkest moments. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Pause for just a moment in the quiet of early morning as sunlight gently streams through your window, and ask yourself, am I fortunate to be granted another day of life?" This simple thought can transform the way you embrace the day ahead. Gratitude does not have to wait for monumental achievements. As Epicus observed, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. In our busy lives we often chase after what we lack, and overlook the value of what we already possess. A warm meal, a hug from a loved one, or simply the health that allows us to walk each day, are these not priceless gifts we so often take for granted. Now think about a difficult day, running late for an appointment, facing criticism at work, or feeling as though the world has turned its back on you. In those moments, gratitude may feel like a faraway luxury. Yet it is precisely in these times that gratitude becomes a source of strength. Losing a job, for instance, can be overwhelming, but instead of sinking into regret, consider being thankful for the experiences, skills, and lessons the role has given you. Gratitude helps you regain composure, allowing you to face challenges and uncover opportunities to reinvent yourself. To cultivate gratitude as a daily habit, begin with small, intentional acts. 1. Effective method is keeping a gratitude journal each evening before you go to bed. Write down 3 things you are grateful for that day. It might be a kind word from a friend, a warm cup of tea, or the satisfaction of completing a task. Over time, these small reflections will become a wellspring of positivity, reminding you that even in tough times, there's always something to cherish. You can start today. Take a piece of paper and ask yourself, what am I grateful for today? Perhaps it's a phone call from a loved one that you haven't yet returned, or the quiet joy of walking under the warm rays of the sun. Whatever it may be, let gratitude become the beacon that illuminates your life, helping you live more fully in each moment if you're ready to appreciate the small things and refuse to wait for perfection to feel grateful. Hit like to let me know that you're walking this path alongside me. Gratitude, after all, is the key to unlocking the final lesson of today, and perhaps the lessons of a lifetime. Number 10, turn challenges into your greatest strength. True growth doesn't come from comfort and ease. It's shaped in the crucible of adversity. When faced with a challenge, fear may rise, but it is in these unsettling moments that the seeds of transformation are sown. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Obstacles are not roadblocks meant to stop you. They are pathways leading you toward a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Imagine being assigned a daunting task, like delivering a presentation on a topic you barely understand. Your heart races, your hands tremble, but you step forward. You prepare diligently, practice relentlessly, and confront your fear head-on. Then, as you stand before the audience, you realize that the real challenge wasn't the task itself. It was your initial hesitation to face it. Have you ever wondered, what might I discover about myself if I dared to try? Epictetus reminds us that difficulties reveal who we truly are. Challenges aren't there to break us. They exist to uncover the strength we never knew we had. Each struggle, component placement, whether it's learning patience in a tense situation or embracing vulnerability in the face of rejection, becomes a stepping stone. Every stumble teaches you to rise again, stronger and more self-assured. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, the famous author of Harry Potter. Before her success, she faced hardship, unemployment, single parenthood, and countless rejections from publishers. Yet, rather than letting those struggles crush her, she transformed them into determination, shaping a dream into reality. Can you imagine if she had given up after the first rejection letter? Every challenge, no matter how intimidating, is a hidden gift. It builds resilience, strengthens your spirit, and reminds you of the incredible power within. As Seneca beautifully put it, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. So, what challenges are standing in your way today? Are you ready to face them with courage and curiosity? Remember, even the smallest step forward can reveal a future brighter than you ever imagined. Conclusion: habits that can turn 2025 into the year you reinvent yourself. A year of living with strength, resilience, and deep purpose. These aren't just abstract, philosophical ideas. They are practical principles guiding you to make small but transformative changes in your life. Remember, you don't need to wait for tomorrow or the perfect moment. Change begins with the choices you make right now. No matter what challenges lie ahead, you now hold the light to guide your path. So take that first step with courage and determination. If you found this video helpful, don't hesitate to hit the like button. It's a small gesture, but it means a lot and keeps us motivated to create more meaningful content. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What habit resonates with you the most, and how will you begin applying it? Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones. It might be the inspiration they need. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on the valuable content we have coming your way. Thank you for being here with us today. See you on the next journey.